Welcome YouTube, my name is Billy and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight we are going to focus on two holiday classics, and that's going to be green bean casserole and broccoli rice cheese casserole. Those are really easy to do, but they make a really big difference when it comes to the holidays. So we're going to get started. We're going to take a small saucepan and about 2 cups of chicken broth. Okay, and then we're just going to put that on the stove to boil. Okay. All right, now while that's going, stop for a second. Okay, we're gonna prepare our green beans, and this is about 1 pound of fresh green beans, and basically all you're gonna do is cut the tips off and then cut them in half. Pretty simple. You can stop. Okay, now that the chicken broth is come to a complete boil, you're gonna turn that off. You're gonna take your 2 cups of rice, dump that right in. The rice and the liquid are going to be equal parts, so you can use water or, alright, you want a pot that has a pretty good firm fitting lid, and we're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes and it'll be done. Okay, now also while we are preparing our green beans and our broccoli, we're going to get another large pot of water, and we're going to go ahead and bring that to a boil. We're going to blanch the green beans and the broccoli florets. You can stop. Okay, we've already got our green beans done. We're just going to place those in a bowl and set those aside for just a minute. And now we're going to work with our broccoli. The broccoli is going to be really simple. You're just going to take a sharp knife, or if you have a good pair of kitchen scissors, which I do, and I think that might be easier. You're just going to cut just the floret off. That's all you want. And we're going to want about 2 cups. Yeah, the scissors work a lot better. This is about 1 medium size head of broccoli. Okay, and that's really all we want. Now we're going to take some of these bigger pieces and just kind of chop them up loosely. We're just going to do that. With the scissors. And that's good, just so they break up a little easier. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start working our mushrooms. These are just baby portobello mushrooms, and I'm just gonna slice those. Okay, now in a large skillet over here, we're gonna get that to medium heat, and we're gonna drizzle in a little bit of olive oil. That's about 3 or 4 tablespoons, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, sorry. All right, and while that's heating up, we're gonna go ahead and get some garlic. Please stop. Okay, we're gonna take about 3 pretty good sized cloves of garlic, and we're going to chop that up. Okay, now that our water is about to start boiling, you're gonna get just something you can use to scoop these out. Once the water's boiling, you're gonna take the broth. I'm gonna do the green beans first. Okay, and you're gonna leave those in there just long enough until they turn really bright green, and then you're gonna take them right back up. It only takes about 1 to 2 minutes tops. You can stop. Okay, once your olive oil is starting to get hot, you're going to go ahead and take your mushrooms and you're going to saute those in the olive oil for about 2 minutes. Okay, once those have been in for about a minute, we're going to take our garlic and just kind of drop that in. We're going to do a little bit of salt and pepper. And that's to taste. Okay, that timer is going to be for the green beans. You could even add a little bit of, you could add some onions to the mushrooms as well if you want. Okay, now that the green beans have been in for 2 minutes, you're just going to take those right up, put them right back in the same bowl. I'm not going to do an ice bath. You can if you want. I just want that really bright green color. You really have to watch your mushrooms. They can burn really quickly. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave that burner on, but I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside because I just want those softened. Okay. All right, now that we've got our green beans out, we're gonna do the broccoli the exact same way. We're just gonna dump them in the same pot of water. And those are gonna go in there for exactly 2 minutes or until they turn bright green. The broccoli probably will not take quite as long as the green beans. Okay, you can stop. Okay, now that the broccoli has got that really vibrant green color, we're just gonna scoop that out. And we're just gonna let that sit there. Again, I'm not gonna do the ice bath. That's what I want. Okay, now, we're gonna make a little sauce for the mushrooms. We're gonna put that back on the burner for just a minute, let that heat back up. And then okay, and that's actually pretty hot already. So we're gonna take 3/4 of a cup of milk, dump that in. And then about 1/2 cup of sour cream. Okay, and then you're just going to stir that up just until everything is incorporated really nicely. You want to stir it up until there's no lumps or chunky bits of the sour cream. So that could take just a minute, just for it to get hot. Okay, and while that is heating up a little bit more, stop. Okay, now that we've got pretty much everything ready to work with, we're gonna go ahead and turn our oven to 350. And then we're gonna take our broccoli and we're gonna dump that in a pretty large bowl. And we're gonna take our green beans and we're gonna put those in a baking dish that's been buttered. Or you could use spray if you like. Okay, we're gonna take our mushroom mixture and we're gonna pour that right directly over the green beans. Just kind of work it to where it's an even layer so it cooks evenly. Okay, and then we're gonna take about a cup of the onion strings. Now, if you really do not like onions, and I know a lot of people that don't, especially in my household, you could take some Ritz crackers and crumble those up and put those over the top, but this is my dish, so we're gonna stick to the onions, and you're just gonna do about a cup or so. You're just gonna sprinkle those all over the top. Okay, now that's done. We're just gonna, once the oven is preheated, we're gonna pop that in the oven and it's just gonna cook for about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. You just wanna watch it. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Okay, now, for the broccoli and rice part. You've got your 2 cups of broccoli and your 2 cups of rice. You're just gonna dump the rice right in over the broccoli. And just kind of toss that around. Okay, and I've got a can of cream of celery condensed soup. And I'm just gonna work that in. I used the chicken stock to make the rice, so it's got plenty of salt in there. But you could add additional salt and pepper if you like. And there's also quite a bit of salt in the condensed soup. So I'm not gonna add any more salt. I will pepper it. And that's to taste. Okay, now we're gonna take about 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, or you could use cheddar, sharp, mild, whatever kind of cheese you want. I like the mozzarella just because it melts a lot easier and it just gives it a really creamy texture. About 2 cups. And you're gonna work that in. I'm just going to use my hand because then I know it's the consistency that I want. It's kind of like making the dressing. I mean, if once it's all incorporated and you can grab it and it holds together, that's pretty much what you want. Okay, and then we're just going to take that, again, a baking dish, and it's buttered, and then we're just going to dump that right in the bowl, or in the baking dish. Okay, and again, I'm just going to use my hand. And just work it till it's just a nice even layer. That way it cooks evenly. Okay, you can stop. Okay, we're actually going to add a little bit more of the mozzarella cheese right over the top. We like cheese, so we're going to use more. All right, and that's perfect. All right, we're going to take both of these and pop those in the oven. Okay, and those are going to cook about 20 to 30 minutes, longer probably for the rice casserole. You just want them hot and where the cheese is melted and it's done. All right, that's it. Okay, after checking your casseroles, the green bean casserole actually got done a lot quicker than the broccoli and rice casserole. So we're just gonna go ahead and take that out and just set it aside. And the broccoli casserole has about another 12 to 13 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that alone. All right, that's it. Okay, you'll know, excuse me, you will know when your broccoli and rice casserole is done, just because the cheese is going to start to turn just golden brown on top, and it's going to be pretty firm, you know, spongy, and it'll bounce right back, and you'll know that it's done. Now, we're not going to have any meat with our dinner tonight. Last night we did our cornbread dressing, and we had plenty left over of the honey toasted pecan sweet potatoes. So we're just gonna make a meal of the sides, and that's that's a lot of food, but that's really a good dinner to have. All right, thank you.